face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. Nothing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place. Here with you now, here with you now.
Ladies and gents, but let's be real with ourselves. It's mainly just gents here. Welcome to the start of season 6. At the beginning of season 4, the Skulls of Rock came out of nowhere and won nearly every game up until a little bit of a catastrophic defeat in the end, not even making playoffs in season 4. Season 5 came back with a vengeance and tirade through the entire league to take their first Super Series championship. Today marks the start of Season 6. Are the Skulls going to repeat? Will we have our first ever back-to-back champion? Will it be a former champion? Will it be the Wrongfielders, the Serpents, the Knights, the Lumberjacks? Will one of them come back and win their second title? Or is it time for the 6th new champion in 6 seasons? It all happens starting tonight. But before we get to there and looking at all these teams, we still got another free agency selection coming up. So why not peruse some of the options that you have available for you today? We have the first free agency game of the season, Alpha versus Beta. By the way, Fisac on the call with you today. It's great to hear all of you. I can't hear you, but I can feel you. And here we have it started. Let's take a look at these teams. So something interesting to note. A lot of this game, not really just going to talk about how the teams are going back and forth, but more so going to mainly just focus on the individual players themselves. LePage is going to get the start for Beta. That one's to the left side, picked up by McSorley. Throw to first in time, just barely, for out number 1. I'll bring up Angela Rossi. Got cut by the Dragons in season 4, either season 4 or the preseason of season 5. And that one's right back. Page, throw to first in time for out number 2. To give you guys an idea of the way that these are structured. So for the position players, pretty much everyone is gonna be seen because of the fact that there are 10 position players on each side. That one's into right. There's Gene Dream, the one that Pandora has been keeping his eye on. Brings up Jesse Fleshman as we have our first hit of the game. So we have 9 position players all starting, and then in game 2, which will be on Wednesday, the second free agency game, the other player that isn't starting will get a chance. I believe it's Devin Currant for Alpha is not starting tonight, so he might get subbed in at some point. Right to McSorley, the throw to first in time for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning. We'll see Ryan T. Hill, Palladores, and Shante Ribeye. As it looks like Ryan T. Hill might have some spacing issues in his name, so we'll have to take a look at that. Getting the start for Season 6 Alpha is Feels Good, man. So you look, yeah, Whitney, I honestly like the uniforms. I actually low-key think Season 6 Alpha looks dope. Low-key, I think they look really, really good. Beta, there's no B, but I mean B beta bear. That works. You take a look at these rosters as he gets rung up there. First strikeout of season 6. It is spring training and free agency, but still nice to hand Shantae Ribeye, another former Dragon. Puts that one up the middle, and she is aboard. Have a look here at these lineups as well as the different seasons, because that's something that's going to be coming up. Is there are some very good options in free agency that honestly are probably better than what you have on your bench. The issue is that there is season 2, season 1. So do you take that chance, or do you go for a particularly low end season 5, season 6er? This one jacked into center of Founder Field, and that one's going to be caught by Tailwind for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the second inning. Carlita Beltran, Stephanie Morgan, and Gray Porpetta.
Now batting the catcher, number 37.
So in terms of what you've seen so far in the first inning, Tailwind is a season 6 rookie, has not been drafted. Rossi, Lobster, and Fleshman are all season 1, season 2. Lobster is season 2. He had some time on various rosters last season. Beltran here is a season 6. And right to Ribeye, though to first in time for out number 1. Brings up Stephanie Morgan. She's actually a season 5 here, so didn't get drafted last season, and then has spent the time in free agency. And you too could have your own season 5 player. I'm not gonna lie, this describing this kind of feels like a really weird auction as she rang up there.
The right fielder, number 51.
The Beta Bears. Yeah, the robot, I agree. The alpha unis are dope. Elder, glad that you could join. Elder has got himself one of the few subs to our Twitch channel, so maybe throw that our way this season. Of course, we do have now the new boosted way to increase submitted players. Of course, we didn't want to make it just pay to play, so of course, major way to do it is by spending your rigged points. If you look at your rigged points, look at the different options you can spend, you can actually spend 5,000 to add 4 to a created player. Ooh, Alienation. I hate to break it to you, but Iron Hands and Ghana Pitchwell are actually not going to be playing today. They're actually both on the Dragons, my squad. But you will see both of them with the Raptors. I'm still contemplating whether or not they're going to be starting in tomorrow's game. Alienation, did you submit Iron Hands and Ghana Pitchwell? To the left, Sadias, throw to first in time for out number 3. Well, it's going to be great to have them on my squad. I'll have you know that both of them definitely have futures in the Dragons organization. Elias Sadias getting the start at third. One thing to note with these different teams, as she rang her up there. One thing to note with the way that these players are on the field, not everyone is playing in their original position. Someone's going to get through. Gene Dream will gather it. Particularly, we were very short-handed on the infield side. There's not many good infielding options in general, but also there just wasn't many to start with. Appreciate it, Alienation. I'll be on here probably about, I mean, at this rate, probably about half the season I'll be casting. But I was going to take off for a second. This one is jacked. It's heading big back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. The first home run of season 6. So granted, it's spring training and it's also free agency, but It's the first home run nonetheless, and it was Samir Tailwind. So, Robot, if you're interested in having Tailwind on a roster, I've got some good news for you. Already has a 2-run shot in the first free agency game. That one is also going to get through the side. Mannequin there to settle. It was in fact Samir Tailwind who had that long shot. By the way, if you are looking to see who the rosters are, did post it into the chat, but I can also send to everyone as this one is jacked. It's heading B back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Another absolute bomb. This one off of the bat of Spray Lobster. Lobster, probably someone who won't stay on free agency for long. He was on a couple different rosters the past couple of seasons. I believe most recently he was actually on the Gauchos. I believe he was a pickup. In fact, I can actually search inside of the Discord. Before I do that, I want to make sure I go ahead and send everybody this link. So if you are at all interested and what these matchups are and the lineup for this game, you can take a look at that Google Doc and just post it in there. Lobster has some really good stats. He reminds me of Tyree Ross. Ribeye throw to first in time for out number 3. In fact, I'm pretty sure I wanted to grab Lobster and instead he got picked up before I could get him. Let's have a look here. He was on a lot of people's claim orders. Most recently, his last really full-time stint was all the way back, as that one is going to get through the middle. Last full-time stint Spray Lobster was with the Stingers, actually, and then got released before season 4. And I believe he was on the roster of the Gauchos for injury-related purposes. That one is caught by Tailwind for out number 1. Yeah, Kipshaw Jr. is getting the start today. Probably the worst relative of any named player. I don't know if anyone else knows of any either brother, sister, or in this case, son or daughter of any SSBL rosters, as that's going to not be the Dragon Special. Got beat out there. I believe that was, as we have a look here at the lineup, that was Ryan T. Hill who was able to beat it out. Nearly beat out the his first at bat as well. Feels good, man. Is feeling good, man. Locked in. Can't really say can't be safe for Ella Page. I say that, but this one is jacked. Heading deep. Back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Squints Palinoris. 2-run shot. And feels good, man. Well, that feels bad, man. So can I just say real quick, it is so good to be back as she gets rung up there. 2-run shot given up. Head to the top of the 4th inning. It is just so nice to be back here. Founders Field is where it all kicks off. Founders Field, of course, not the home of any franchise. This one is popped into right, and that's going to be grabbed by Gene Dream. It's not the home to any franchise, but it is the home for all league official events. So it is, of course, the home for all of the free agency games as well as the All-Star game. This one into center. That'll be a single. Rocket Rodriguez will pick that one up.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 3.
Yes, Minor Champs really has 118 total points. If you notice, I believe the limit should have been 200. I'm pretty sure. The issue is that when you do wild card for every single one, which is I'm pretty sure what happened, it turns out you go below 200. Ribeye, glad to think the league is great. That one is off the glove of Shantae Ribeye. And I'm remembering now why I cut Shantae Ribeye. Here is Minor Champs, and Minor Champs, that might be the longest hit he's had in his career. Only makes it to the warning track. Any teams in the SSBL share stadiums? Yes, actually, if I go ahead and share this with you, if you're curious, of course, all the links that I'm posting here, you can access in the Discord. Make sure you're part of the Discord. It's a great place, lots of banter, and especially now that we are entering into the season, it's gonna be full, as this one is jacked back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. A 395-foot long jack, the second for Samir Tailwind, and I've got a suspicion that Mr. Tailwind is not going to be off of a roster for too long. That's going to do it for Isla Page, and we'll see. Actually, a Ryzen is going to come in and pitch. I really love the audacity of the AI to select a Ryzen pitcher when there are literally other options to choose. But regardless, this one is gonna get down as who's that in center? Rocket Rodriguez. Rocket Rodriguez got speed, but for some reason just couldn't get a beat off of that. Maybe it has to do with the fielding. Fielding does impact the line to the ball. And here's Spray Lobster, 2 for 2, home run, single. Anyways, as I was saying, here's a link. I believe that's the correct link. Yes, that is the link to the SSBL history.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 14.
So if you take a look at that document, you can see what ballparks everyone is in. As this one is going to go ribeye, throw to first in time for out number 3, Kipshaw Jr. Not as fast as his father. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Trace McSorley is also someone who looks like the spacing is off in his name, so I'll have to take a look at that.
Number 47. That's up.
Trace McSorley here. And he rings him up there.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 37. Nope.
Back to the pitcher. Feels good, man. To Rossi at first in time for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 3.
Popped up. And that will do it. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Beltran, Morgan, and Gray Porpetta due up. So in terms of shared ballparks, Shaka has both the Vikings and the Unicorns. Apple Field has the Lumberjacks. Motorway, or the Motor Yard rather, has the Walkers and the Gauchos. Swagger has the Knights. Bingata Bowl is home to the Season 5 champions, the Skulls. That one's going to get past the glove at first. Gene Dream there. Runner's going to take out for a second. Arm not in time. That'll be a double. Sakura Hills is home to the Retrievers and Cyclones. Colonial is home to just the wrong fielders. Currently, no one at Founders, there's no one, as well as at El Viejo is also a stadium that does not have any teams. Red Rock has the most teams. It has the Stingers, Angels, and High Rollers. Emerald Diamond has Bombers and Ball Players. Tiger Den has the Wildcats and Overdrafts. Lafayette is home to the Dragons, and then Big Sky is home to both the Moonshots and the Serpents.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 3.
My pleasure, Robot. And again, if you want even more access to all the links in the SSBL, join the Discord, or I believe you're already part of the Discord. And so under the SSBL documents, you can see everything that I am talking about, as that one is to McSorley, the throw to first, in time for out number 3. And it'll be Garcia, Kipshaw Jr., and Mannequin, who are due up.
Now batting, the
Angels are in Red Rock.
number 3.
Let me check. There is a Lincoln League office that has it, and so that might be off. Yes, they are also in Colonial. As she gets running up there, Penelope Garcia goes down looking. Yes, the Angels are in Colonial Plaza, so that needs to be changed in this ballpark. One.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Kevin Mannequin now.
21.
Go inside.
So the Serpents are in Big Sky, and then Angels are in Colonial. Popped into right, and there in time is Porpetta. Porpetta, another player who has spent numerous time. Wait, Porpetta actually, I'm remembering now, Lobster wasn't the one who was on the Gauchos. Porpetta was the one who got onto the Gauchos, I believe, for injured reserve. He was a call-up. And again, one thing to note for all the managers, as well as for anyone who's a fan of the league, is that the trend of calling up free agents once you have an injury, as he gets hung up there, minor champs, not even going to be able to make it to the minors.
Number 26.
There is no picking up a free agent when you have an injury. Now that we have the minors, that's really what it serves for. Although I believe if you have someone who is injured in the minors, you are able to make a free agency acquisition to replace it. Into center, Rocket Rodriguez makes the grab there, but they have to immediately go back.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 22.
The opening ceremony? Yeah, I believe this one is the second in time. The first, the Dragon Special, gonna come through. And we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. I don't know, actually, Chicken Whitney, I believe you're in the chat. Do we track injuries for minors? I don't know if we do. I think it'd be a pretty crappy thing to happen if you had someone get injured in minors. And so I think, if I remember correctly, there is none, which is why there is no more IL assignments, as he gets rung up there. Squins Palladorus. Man, feels good, man. 5 innings so far, only 3 hits. Gave up that 2-run shot and 5 strikeouts. And this is into left, caught by Spray Lobster for out number 2. Yeah, I think unless league office decides otherwise, I don't think we'll track injuries in minors, just because this idea that, like, there is not necessarily some realism with it, but the idea that, you know, you spend all this time in the minors as it is, don't want to have to worry about that. Here is Spray Lobster, someone who probably, despite his age, probably is gonna get picked up. We'll take a look at these rosters now. Kind of get into the game. He's a season 2, so didn't really get hit all that much by aging. And then, of course, if you all remember the way aging was this past season, as he gets right up there, his first time sitting down on the bench after going up to the plate today. Jesse Fleshman 0 for 3. The amount that season 1ers were affected with aging is how much the season 2ers will be affected as well. So if you are someone who is considering needing just, you know, bench depth, or really not necessarily needing anyone in a certain minor's position, and don't want to go with, I don't know, maybe like a minor champs, maybe getting someone like a Spray Lobster or a Great Papretta will be good to you. And you know, listen, there are a lot of good season 6ers and season 5 that are still left in free agency. But it's important to note that some of these players that are season 1ers, as that one's going to get through, are actually pretty decent and could find their ways on a roster. Immediately looking at, you know, the lineups here, for sure someone like a Spray Lobster or a Gray Porpetta would be honestly pretty solid options to have. Honestly, Chante Ribeye, not great contact, but again, if you need the bench depth as opposed to you need the minors, like if you already have a set farm system and you're just looking for bench players, these players are probably not going to be high in the order and are great options to get, as Michael Rodriguez will catch that one. As we're actually in the 7th inning stretch, I want to thank you everyone for tuning in to the opening day of Spree Training. We've got the free agency game number 1 here. Fisac on the call. Make sure that you are following here on Twitch. Maybe send us a Prime Gaming sub or another type of subscription if you want in, and also if you want to boost your players. And then, of course, make sure you're part of the Discord. Love to have people who are a part of the Discord, and I think I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody here, but maybe everyone can agree if they think so as well. Is that I definitely think that the Discord is going to be a lot more active this season. Pandora, who'd you have as the number 4? As he rung him up there. Feels good, man. Is feeling good. Well, that's the thing, though. Is like the number 4 and number 7 overalls in terms of ratings, yes. But there was obviously a reason that people looked over them. Now, I also agree that it is kind of interesting that they didn't even get drafted in the 3rd round or get picked up in free agency, but... Aggie saying someone should pick up minor champs for the meets. Not me, though. Oh, my gosh. That's going to do it for Feels Good, man. 6.2 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs. Someone pick up this guy. As the very next pitch, this is Jack heading deep into center right at the track at the wall. It's out of here. A long shot there. As well, but like I believe that was Penelope Garcia. It was Penelope Garcia got that long shot. 67 contact, 50 power, 42 speed, 71 arm, and 50 velocity. If you need a catcher, might I interest you in one, Penelope Garcia. Kip Shaw Jr. And he gets hung up there. It's interesting that Kip Shaw's son is a lot fatter than he is. Maybe that's why he sucks. Going to the top of the 8th inning, Porpetta, Saldias, and Champs do up.
Number 51.
And he rang him up there. Brings up Elias Adias. As Ryzen is in fact doing better than Ela Page right now. For those of you wondering how bad K-Dot is, and I'll give a little did Shaw Jr. eat his mother? Oh my gosh. Woo. This one is jacked down to right at the track, at the wall, and it's off of the top of the wall, and it's just a single. Also, for those of you wondering, minor champs will not be starting in game number 2 of free agency. This one is jacked into right at the track of the wall, and oh my gosh, minor champs, minor champs has just hit a home run. Minor champs, the 118 overall batter. Minor champs, the 1750 28 hitting stats, and he has to be a designated hitter because his fielding is 8 and his arm is 15, has just hit a home run. I mean, maybe minor champs has to start next game. Maybe we have to bench someone else.
The first baseman, number 22.
Did that just happen? Someone clip that. That one is going to get by Garcia. But I'll take it for a second. Someone clip that and post it in clips. And that one's just going to get past the bag on the right side. And Alpha are going to add to their lead here. I can't believe the same time that I was disparaging minor champs, literally the at-bat, and he jacks it. Granted, it was about 2 inches over, but he still hit a home run. To the left side, that's high in the deck, and that's foul. Spray Lobster got a home run and 2 singles, 3 RBI. Again, I love the audacity right now of the AI to put in rising pitchers when there are literally actual people that they can put in. The starting pitcher for Alpha was Page. If you look at, I submitted, put it in the chat earlier. You can see the starting lineups. It was Isla Page. Oh, that was the one thing I was going to talk about real quick. Is the if you're wondering the effects of K-Dud, I think we saw that with Isla Page. It's also why K-Dud is a lot worse than BB Prone, because BB Prone, if you're already giving up 3 balls in an at bat, it's a high chance that you're gonna walk them, right? As opposed to K-Dud, every single time that you want to get a strikeout, or every single time you're in a 2-strike count where you're trying to get an out, it's a negative trait. As that one's gonna get through. Tailwind, who's been having a fantastic game, probably will get picked up. Settles that.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 28.
No, Feels Good Man was a starter for. Oh no, Feel Good Man was a starter for Alpha. That's right. The starter for Beta was Isla Page. That's my bad. And that's the Dragon special there. Wait, what was your minors last season, Wit?
23.
Squints Palidorus. Swing and a miss. He gets rung up there. Right into the top of the 9th inning. Last chance today for some of these free agents to woo your hearts and woo a spot on your roster. Oh, yeah. Especially like I understand like the game doesn't want to automatically just put in the best, as this one is jacked, heading back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. An absolute bomb from Carlita Beltran. So if you need a hard-hitting catcher, there's also Penelope Garcia. Both of the catchers have home runs for both teams. Interesting. Also, I'm really sad no one clipped the minor champs. This one is going to get into center, and Rocket Rodriguez is there to pick it up. Honestly, though, okay, who are the non-active managers in the league? Because if you're not even slightly active, I think maybe there's type of like built-in systems, like if you're the least active manager, you have to pick up the worst free agent every year. So like the least active manager has to pick up minor champs. And you get rid of whoever your worst player is, or if you still have Ryzen, like you just pick them up.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 3.
Sadius. Lasers. How about you have a winning record this season before you start talking shit, okay? How about this? As she gets rung up there. How about this, Lasers? You and I are not allowed to talk shit to each other until you have a winning record and I make playoffs. Oh, Hugh George III was a part of a interesting trade this season. Oh, what's up, Josh? Josh is in the building. Hey, everyone, best behavior. The commissioner is in the building. Ryan Hill, he makes the throw to second, not the throw to first. Granted, I don't know if he would have been able to make the throw to first.
Number 22.
Man, Alpha are really dominating this game, but I think we all know the reason why. Minor champs, ladies and gentlemen, minor champs. As Rossi is going to get a hold of this one, it's tracking back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. It has been a home run derby today, and Rossi gets in on the action. Don't rig you this season, Puppet. In your first season as the manager of the Retrievers, you won manager of the season and nearly pulled off the upset against the Skulls in the Super Series. I will remind you that Dante Smalls in that series only appeared twice. If anything, the rigging was against the Skulls. Yeah, Josh, glad that you could be here. Make sure that you join our Discord. I will have you know, don't cross the commissioner. He's a really weird dude. Oh my gosh, Angelo Rossi, what a catch! Wait, hold on. How did Rossi catch that? That was a fantastic. Rossi hits the homer. Or no, not even Ross. Oh, so it wasn't Rossi who hit the homer then. Who hit the homer then for Alpha? Oh no, it was Rossi because we switched to the bottom of the inning. Yeah, Josh. By the way, we went ahead and made you the manager of the Skulls, even though you're new here. Sign minor champs. He has a 2-run shot this game, so you know he's good. He's out. They made Kerwin Karp's wife divorce him. All right, let's have a look at some of these box stats. I need to create a new channel in League Office. All right, we now have a stats dump channel in League Office. And let's take some screenshots. As we'll have a look at some of these stats here. So if you are interested in any of these players, have a look. This is what you're working with. Tailwind, of course, batting really well in the lineup. In terms of pitching, feels good, man. He was feeling good today and probably feels good about his chances of getting picked up on a roster. Page, not so much. And it is going to be a spray of alphas that are going to get players of the game. How is Kipshaw Jr. done? Well, he looks like he ate his mother and his father, which is why he's so fat. And, and yeah, he did not look good. All right, well, that's going to do it for game number 1. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have a first real matchup of the Season 6 season. It's going to be Angels and Vikings coming up right after this. Don't go away. You're watching the SSBL right here on Twitch.
Chase the wind and touch the sky. A star's light shines on long after it dies. Oh, in the night. Live every day as if it's your last. Our memories been bright like beacons of the past. Oh, in the night. Now we race against the sun. Now we race against the sun.
Wigan, you did not miss it. In fact, we're about to head in underway with our first game of the legitimate season. Spring training. We're heading over to Shaka for Angels and Vikings. Vikings under new management, Angels under Wigan, as they've always been. Yeah, here's the thing. I do agree Streams is better. Unfortunately, everything that we have is built into OBS right now. So. Oh, we do need to do a prediction.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 7.
Ball inside.
That one's gonna get through to the right side. You only have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to do your prediction.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Pop it, I'm on it here, okay? By the way, Alien Nation 777, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Oh, geez, Elder. Yeah, now I know why you want us to keep track, because you submitted all of them.
That's inside.
2-2 count.
That's out.
The text editing options in OBS are horrendous. That one goes through and gets there. Interesting. That was a...
Number 16.
Why didn't the runner take out for first? That was a third pitch strike that... Anyways, regardless.
That's off the plate. Nope. Inside.
Well, by the way, 5,000 points, it takes a while to get. So, we're actually need to make a dock.
Ball four.
That's going to be a walk. Brings up Tina Tygo.
Third baseman, number 23.
Foul ball.
Her sister Natalie is in the minors for today's game.
Inside. Nope. Outside.
It is, I gotta say, we don't have many interleague games as it is. It is really weird to see this matchup. I don't know if that's true for anyone else. As the bases are now loaded, runner's gonna actually come home, and that is not well advised, as that is one Vicky Marshall, who now has a right field secondary with the bullet arm to get the runner going home. That one right to Nunez, so the first in time for the third out. Brings up Jerry Briggs.
Fielder, number 6.
Listen, she may only have 50 arm, but she gunned that runner. Who was running home? I believe it was... I don't even remember. I don't have a lineup for the Angels, so. Look at someone who was getting yelled at.
That's inside.
By the way, all the everyone who's a sub of the channel, if you want to get rid of your founders badge and instead have my cool badge like I have here, that's just a setting that you go into Twitch and you turn off I don't want founders badge if you want just a straight up SSBL badge. Callie Hatmore getting pitched out to here. This one is jacked, heading deep to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. 419 feet. Shaka cannot contain Cowie Hatmore. And here is the newly right field christened Vicky Marshall. And does anyone else think her her badge icon makes her look like a 70-year-old woman? She looks very old.
Now batting, the
caught by Ruby Green Dexteres and throw to second, not in time.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 14.
Well, Puppet, if you want to be recognized as founder, that's all good. I know I liked the badges. To be fair, Wigan, you didn't send me a lineup, so maybe it would have been differently. Oh, the Dragon Special. No! She could have just stepped on third and threw him to first. No, this is, I don't believe this is the actual Vikings lineup. I think it's a semblance of the Vikings lineup, but I do not think it is everybody. And there is the third out. In the end, no more damage done, but still 2-0. Oh, Wigan didn't send a lineup.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 13.
Inside. That's foul.
That one to Noodles Nunez for out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, number 3.
That's outside.
Alicia Woody.
Off the plate.
Well, yeah, the auto, but what is auto when you're also sending in and doing all the trades and stuff? It gets all funky. Puts players in positions that they shouldn't be.
The shortstop, number 13.
Ball high. That's low.
2-2 count to Ruby Green Dexteres. Swing and a miss. She goes down swinging. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Deputy, Miyuki, and Briggs.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 10.
Ball high.
Hey, Whitney. Last season, you were the one who was saying that everybody is looking down on the Vikings. How do you feel about the Vikings this season?
Foul ball. Foul. Ball outside. Inside.
Tycho? Throw to first in time for out number 1. Brings up Miyuki.
Number 45.
Nope, that's high.
Who doesn't really look that Asian. Popped up.
Out.
And caught for the second out. Brings up Jerry Briggs.
The center fielder, number 6.
By the way, wait, if you want to join the stream, just hit me up.
Off the plate.
I didn't know what you were doing with the work and whatnot. Green Dexteres, throw to first in time for the third out.
Now batting, the left
Annika Elmerick, and then top of the lineup due up for the Angels. Angels had a bases loaded situation and didn't get anything from it.
Off the plate.
Off of the glove at first is McMaster.
Now batting, the right
And I'll bring up Arturia Pendragon. It was a 16-4 alpha over beta.
Nope, inside. You're out.
And right to McMaster. She gets the Dragon Special! The unconventional one, but McMaster gets a Dragon Special. An unassisted Dragon Special, mind you. Feels bad, man.
All four take your base.
Now batting, the
Okay, no worries, Wit.
16.
I think Holiday was number 1 pick. And that's glove by Williams in time to throw to first. Led to the bottom of the third. Nunez, Hatmore, Marshall all do up.
The second baseman, number 11.
Ball inside. Steve. Ball high.
Into right. And just in front of Pendragon.
Now batting.
Brings up Cowie Hatmore.
Designated hitter,
Had a bomb to left.
17.
Runner takes out for a second to throw. In time! Not even close. Well, to be fair, the pitchers were absolutely stunning. This year, it was a little bit more clean cut who the best pitcher was.
Right fielder,
But still.
number 37.
Into right, that's going to get down. Quickly, the Vikings have 2 aboard.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 47.
Nope, that's low. Nope, outside. Inside. Take your base.
That'll be a walk there to load the bases
Now
for
batting,
Lindsey McMaster.
first baseman, number 14.
Especially when you consider that, like, if you need a catcher, right? You can always transition someone to be a catcher, or you can always transition someone to be a right fielder. You can't transition someone to be an ace. You know, there are 8 pitching spots on a roster. You're only gonna be able to really work with the pitchers that you get. So, like, it is highly unlikely that you have 8 amazing pitchers. You always have at least 1 pitcher that you can substitute out.
Nope, inside.
Like, I know for me, Wayne Oreo. Don't tell Wayne I said that, but he is the weakest link. And that's gonna get past Woody. Vikings take a 3-0 lead.
Ball inside. Strike 3 out.
And he gets rung up there. Led to the top of the 4th. It's 3-0 Vikings.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Who all predicted that the Vikings were going to win? Pandora predicted the Vikings were going to win. Puppet predicted the Vikings were going to win. Ooh, Whitney predicted that the Angels were going to win. Whitney predicted that the Angels were going to win? Whitney, you are the one who says never doubt the Vikings, and you've doubted the Vikings.
30.
Well, if you, I mean, as we were saying earlier, if you need a home run hitting catcher, Penelope Garcia and Carlita Beltran in free agency would like to speak with your front office.
Strike 3.
And she right up there.
Now batting, the second baseman,
Wigan voted for the Angels, of course. Lasers voted for Vikings.
Nope, inside.
No, there was not a game vote. Into right.
You're out.
Caught by Marshall for the 3rd out. Deputy Miyuki and Briggs.
the third baseman, number 10.
This one jacked into center. And Prentice there to make the catch.
The catcher,
I believe Prentice was a 1st-round pick for the Angels from this past season. Do I have a lefty catcher? I don't think I have a lefty catcher. She right him up there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at my roster.
the center,
I forget.
number 6.
I'm pretty sure I have 2 righties. I have Vanessa Marzo, who's a righty, and Gwyn Atwood, who bats left but throws right. interestingly enough.
Now batting, the catcher.
He is rung up to end the inning. Alicia Woody will lead things off here. Williams, the throw to first, in time for out number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop. Number 13.
Where did my chop end up? I don't know if she ended up starting.
That's outside.
That's what happens when you let Ryzen dictate. Because, by the way, my processor is also a Ryzen. So the chaos is still a part of the SSBL, even though Josh is no longer casting.
Ball high.
I don't know if I can take another upset night, man. That night was utterly crazy. What evening was that? That's in the I know I put that in the lore.
The right fielder. Number 7.
I put upset night in there.
Inside. Inside.
Week 7, day 1. This is what I have posted. Also, I love how Whitney responded to it with "my PC needs to be banned."
Safe.
And oh yeah, I also got asked last minute to cast that night too. The undefeated moonshots fell to the wrong fielders. My undefeated dragons lost to the Knights. I think I was okay with it as then because I didn't realize that my team was about to go 1-8 for the rest of the season. The retrievers, who were 6-1, fell to the unicorns, and the wildcats lost to the walkers. In total, the favored teams were 24-3 record-wise, and the underdogs were a combined 8-20. Throw the first in time for the third outlet to the bottom of the 5th inning. That was a crazy night. And again, I was happy about it because again, I didn't think that my team was about to go 1-8.
11.
Foul ball. That's inside. Nope, that's high.
I gotta say, I when I first joined the league, I wasn't a big Moonshots fan because I kind of thought they were like the Patriots. But I think the Moonshots are actually low-key one of my favorite teams now.
Designated hitter. Number
Here is Callie Hatmore.
Ball inside. Inside.
What kind of microphone do I use? I actually have one that Josh helped me get. It's a D. Schulze.
Take your base.
now
Hatmore earns the walk there.
right fielder. Number 37.
D. Schulze is the name. That's the microphone I have.
Ball outside. Ball high.
Vicky Marshall, again, look in the lower right. Look at her card. It looks like a 70-year-old woman. The lighting is not great in that photo for her.
Take your base.
And the old woman earns a walk.
Now batting.
D. Schulze sounds like a player.
Number
Wouldn't it be
Ball.
it would be like D. Schulze. Something like that. I'm telling you, thank you, Pasta. I'm telling you, man, it looks like an old woman.
Foul ball.
Right at Ruby Green Dexteros.
now batting. The first baseman. Now pitching. Number
And that'll do it for Fury. Junita Mans is going to come in.
Ball low.
I think it'd be funny if it was Junita Man. Junita Man. Lindsay McMaster 0 for 2.
Low.
Well, it's too bad that you'll never be able to submit a player again. And the bases are now going to be loaded for the Vikings. Here is Amir Williams. He is a whiffer.
21.
Unita. So it is Unita Man.
Off the plate.
And he gets rung up there. The whiffer doesn't even get to make contact.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 16.
Yeah, when does the trade deadline closes soon? I think I might have put it in my calendar. It might be like the start of the season.
Now batting the center fielder, number
Yeah, I don't see it here. This one jacked down to right, but welcome to Shaka Sports Surf, as that one's easily caught. Maybe Josh put it.
batting the second baseman, number 13.
See if it's pinned. That one right off the glove. Amir Williams on the first, not in time. Gets beat out.
The catcher,
So in Josh's updated offseason schedule, there was no trade deadline closing. We'll probably rule as a league office. We'll need to make sure that we rule it, but it'll probably be either going to be week 1 or it'll be like week 8 or something like that. And that's going to be the first runs of the game for the Angels. Calling up to heaven
shortstop, number 13.
and earning themselves first run of the season.
Inside.
And we'll now head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Angels get one. Deputy Miyuki Briggs due up.
The third baseman, number 10.
Up the middle. Green Dexteras still to first in time. Oh no! No, and Mueller!
Now batting
You can't drop the ball. Your job is to catch it. Ooh, feels bad, man. Not feels good, man. Feels bad, man.
That's inside.
R.I.P. And they end up turning the Dragon special, so it all isn't that bad.
center fielder, number 6.
Well, I mean, it'll be hard to track here is because we're not doing game by game story. We're only doing screenshots. We're actually not even keeping track of doubles and triples right now because the game doesn't keep track of doubles and the doubles and triples. Doubles and triples.
53.
Joe Butts. Swing and a miss. She goes down there.
The right fielder, number 7.
This one is jacked into center, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shaka Sports Turf.
You're out.
Now batting the first baseman,
Yeah, the issue, Pasta, is that like, so we had one person who was doing the scoring for like the history of the league, and then obviously that will burn someone out very quickly, and then we just never ended up doing anything about it.
now
If you're still interested, message Josh,
number 11.
and I guess maybe Zarby as well, but doing it the way that we're gonna do it this season, while we don't get trapped of doubles and triples, will at least ensure that we have stats. At least some level of stats.
Designated hitter, number 17.
Though obviously stuff like OBS and stuff doesn't matter, since they're not keeping track of the doubles and triples, but stuff like slugging percentage won't matter.
Nope, that's low.
Full count to Hatmore, and he's gonna have his first out of the game. Squared! +4 to a creative player. Thanks for doing it, Squared.
Batting, the right fielder, number 37.
Nope, inside. That's inside.
Oh, I need to... That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna create a doc. That way you can keep track of everyone who redeems. This one is jacked deep into center at the track, and not at the track is their apprentice for the out. Oh, I missed the 7th inning call out. No one reminded me to do my 7th inning stretch call out. I want to thank you all for joining in here for the spring training day 1 of season 6. Bisac on the call. Make sure that you are following the official SSBL Twitch. Maybe send us a subscription if you'd like to boost your players or just support the league. Regardless, make sure you're part of the Discord. Join in all the shenanigans.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 23.
That's foul.
Into left.
Out.
Caught for out number 2, and here is Prentice.
Number 30.
Ball inside. Foul ball. Out.
We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. 1, 2, 3, they go. Vikings' last batting opportunity
Now batting,
as they look
the
to
left fielder,
close this game out.
number 47.
Off the base. Out.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 14.
That's outside.
Green deck stairs, New Miller for out number 2.
The shortstop, number
Brings up Amir Williams. Choked with the bases loaded. I'm surprised that he is not had any mojo effect after he left the bases loaded.
now batting, the third base.
Other, do you know how many times you did it? I actually can pull it up here.
Inside. Ball high.
Aggie cheer. Thanks for cheering, Aggie. We appreciate it. Right to Newmiller for out number 3. And we'll head to the top of the 9th inning. Martinelli, Woody, and Green Stairs. So, yeah, I mean, if we... One idea that we had about it was, as Weeb is going to come in for deputy, one idea that we had is that, like, as a chat, we try to work together to do it. The issue is that whoever is casting has a lot to do right now. So if there is, like, someone who is going to be watching every game who can keep track, that will... then we could think about adding doubles and triples. Let's see. Elder redeemed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like he did 6 times. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6 times. And Square did once.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 45.
And here comes Amy Haven now with runners on first and second, nobody out, one swing away from getting a lead. Full count to Haven.
Strike.
Swing and a miss. And she goes down.
Shortstop, number 41.
One out now, and here is Almenreich again, one swing away from getting the lead.
Ball high. That's inside. Strike.
This one jacked out into right, and that one is gonna go foul.
That's foul.
2-2 count now to Almenreich. And this one's gonna get popped up.
Infield fly. Out.
And Nunez is there for out number 2. So the Angels go from runners on first and second with nobody out
Now batting,
to their last chance here with Pendragon. That one's gonna get past the glove. The one's getting caught in between. Oh my. That could have been bad. If Miyuki throws to second, this game is over.
Nope. Outside.
3-0 count to Pendragon. Will she be walked? No, strike there. Full count, 2 outs. Runners will go here. And Jing! It's rung up! Oh, the check swing! Oh, if you're an Angels fan, feels bad, man. Feels bad. Oh, man, you hate to see it. Square redeeming another 4 to a created player. Again, get points for created players. Just watch the stream and make good bets. And you too can easily boost your players for free. So we'll get out the handy dandy screenshots here. 3-1, your final score. Oh, what? It's too powerful. All right. Take a look at some of the stats here. Man, my snip tool is freaking out right now. Oh, you know what I could do? I can hack the system by taking a screenshot of my OBS screen. Wigan redeeming points. Man, I'm gonna need a break after this because I've got a lot to catch up on here. That might be actually too small. Let's see if it's too small. That's too small. Oh, thanks, Wigan. Yeah, okay, cool, Wigan, yeah. By the way, guys, if you want to help me, just take a screenshot. Just fucking take a screenshot and then send it to me. Oh, that's hilarious. I love it. Oh, that's great. And then plays the game, and you don't have to send me this, Wigan. In fact, I might be able to just move Stat Stump. I'm going to talk with League Office. We might potentially just move Stat Stump into like the actual just like main chat that everybody can have access to, and that way like people can help with it. Listen, it's working together, right? That's all we want, is to work together to get this done. 3-1 your final score here. See if I didn't miss anything else here in the chat. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm caught up on the chat. So we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we are going to have wrong fielders, stingers. It's gonna take me a little bit to get everything set up. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just not gonna call the first couple of, because I want to get these going here. I'm not gonna call the first couple of innings of the wrong fielder stingers game. That way I'll do all the redemptions there to keep track. If you want to, if you're redeeming right now, you can like make a note of it yourself just to confirm it, but I will be putting together a sheet as well, just so that we have track of it on here. So don't go anywhere though, because we've got the last two games of day one. Ron Feeder Stingers coming up right after this. You're watching the SSBL right here on Twitch. All right, we're going to get right into it now. Game number 3, wrong fielders at Stingers. Gonna check a couple of things right now. So let's first check the yeah, I have it checked, so it's probably it'll probably happen next time. Also, the ads in general are gonna decrease. Okay, so let's start getting all these created players. Someone scream at me if one of the settings is off. I can see it in the chat. All right, so Elder did it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Square did 1, 2. Square did 2 times. Wigan did 1, 2, 3 times.
Outside. Ball outside. Ha. That's ball 4.
Aggie did it. Oh yeah, no, trust me, I know it's your minors team, Blazer. That's why we got delayed. Because it took so long to put them in. Botley makes the grab, throw to first in time. The season 5 ring winner with the Skulls. Now with the Stingers. Gets them out of a jam.
The second baseman, number 21.
Yeah, Wigan did 3 times. Aggie did 3 times. And then our boy Donut Boy did it 1 time.
Now batting, the shortstop, number.
All right, so I have Elder, you redeemed 6 times. Squared, I have you redeemed 2 times. Aggie, I had you redeemed 3 times. Wigan, I had you redeemed 3 times. And Donut, I have you redeemed once. The throw to first in time! Low in the dirt, but still gets it there.
Ball 4. Now batting, the right.
Who was Botley first on? Or did Botley get traded from the Skulls to someone else and then to the Stingers?
No, inside.
Oh, really? When did you trade him to the Skulls? Right to in front of the ground to Plaintiff. The runner is safe! Kennedy held out because he didn't know whether or not it was going to be caught.
Number 19.
Oh, this is interesting. Specialist for Leela Burns coming into play. Curtis, throw to second in time, throw to first. Dragon special! The specialist gets the ground out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 19.
Well, that didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would to do the creative player stuff. Right back off of the glove. Oh no.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Do we know what Del Vecchio's fielding is? I don't know if it's good. I actually I can pull it up right here. It's 69 fielding. Nice. Which isn't bad at all.
The catcher, number 52.
Just a bit of an unlucky break there, I guess.
No, that's inside.
What's up, Squared? Glad you could make it.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Squared, are you attempting to compete this year? I mean, based off the lineup that I saw you submit, it looks really scary. So I think you are competing this year now? Or are you still rebuilding? 7-7. Gotcha. Do you want to do the... I would like a petition to no longer have the Dragon Special be a double play, because there are a lot more teams that now hit into those. I'd like the Dragon Special to now be going 7-7 and missing playoffs, specifically starting out this season really well and then just absolutely collapsing. That's what I would like the Dragon Special to be now. Is the epitome of choking. Hey, it's Zarby! What do you guys think of oh, it's Zarby! Oh, I thought Zarby had hit it out wide. We'll have to next time Zarby comes up, I want everyone to say what they think about my if I really put Zarby into this game well. I really designed it as best as I could. It was which choke was worse? As this one is slapped into left center, that's gonna be extra bases. Which choke was worse? Was it the Skulls in season 4 or was it the Dragons in season 5? Dragons in season 5 is very recent. Because the other thing you have to consider with the Skulls is that the Skulls were not battling for one playoff position, right? The Skulls were playing 4 other teams in their division, as that one's thrown into first in time for the out. The Skulls were competing against 4 other teams in their division, in which 3 of them were going to be able to make postseason. And they, instead of like outright winning their division, all they had to do was win one more game and they would have won their division. But instead, they literally didn't even make postseason. Let's see how they started. So, season 4 schedule. Skulls. All right, so the Skulls started the season. Okay, I gotta say it might be the Drags. Well, it's close. Okay, so the Skulls started the season 4-3. They started the season 7-3, which is not as good as 6-0. They were only 4-2 through the first 6 games. However, they lost a 4-3 game to the High Rollers, a 1-0 game to the Cyclones, a 4-3 game to the Wildcats, and then an 8-2 game to the Serpents. And then in the ridiculous plan that they had, as she gets swung up there, in that ridiculous plan that they had, they lost 11-2 to the Ball Players and then 4-2 to the Serpents. Caught by the salsa there for the third out. Head to the bottom of the third, Perez, and then top of the order. The one game I remember from that season is there was a Ball Players High Rollers game that didn't like it was oh gosh, what was the final score of that game? That was a ridiculous game, high scoring game. Tipsy Reynolds, I'm pretty sure it was the aces for both teams, but specifically the High Rollers had Tipsy Reynolds. It was week 11, day 2, 15-2 win over the Ball Players, or 15-12 win over the Ball Players rather, as not even a chance, bye-bye. Where Tipsy Reynolds led off for the High Rollers and got absolutely marauded. And then, of course, the game that we all remember from that season, which I don't think Maniac is in the chat, but the 24-1 loss to the Wildcats. Like, oh, jeez. They had lost the first game 7-5 of that wild card, rather. And then, oh no, that wasn't. Was that wild card? Yeah, that was wild card. They lost the first game of that wild card 7-5, and then the next game they lose 24-1. It was like 32 or no, it was 27 runs total. So not even it's close to most runs in a game. It looked like it was gonna get blown open, but it was the relievers that came in. Still 0-0 game, top of the 4th inning, Boomer Lasers. Lasers, of course, getting his own namesake player in a 3-way trade with the Serpents and the Dragons. Another minors player and lasers coming over to the wrong fielders. Beifeng and a draft pick going over to the Serpents, and then a draft pick and Hannah Bradley going over to the Dragons in that trade. Kennedy, Highgrass, and Amaya are going to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. This one up the center is going to be grabbed by Carl Scott for the first out. Yo, Lasers, you got to change your Twitch username color to the wrong fielder's red now. Bullock will step on the bag for the first out, not electing to try and get Kennedy, who advances to second. Whitney as well. Whitney, your color is green. At least on my screen it is. Maybe it's because I'm in dark mode. Why are you green, Whitney? And why is Pandora pink? You can only change if you pay?
Now batting, the third baseman, number 20.
Yeah, Lasers did it. Popped up into right. The overfielder's there for the second out. Yeah, look at that. Lasers got the wrong field red. Whitney, I think you can change your color.
The center fielder, number 9.
Oh, and is there no like orange? I mean, you don't have to change it. If you want green, you can do green. 1-2 squash pixel here. Popped up. And Burns is there to grab it for out number 3. Well, it's to the top of the 5th inning. Pitchers are dominating. Dixon, Curtis, Plaintiff, due up.
The catcher, number 52.
As we are rolling along here.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 44.
To the right side, that one's gonna get through. 1 out single. And that's gonna bring up Went Plaintiff.
Fielder, number 24.
Leave former ball player, if I remember correctly.
Ball inside.
Well, to be fair, Pandora, they are facing a specialist. Yeah, Whitney, if you want green, you can do green. But it's cool to see everyone's colors, the colors of their team. Up the middle, DeVecchio to second in time to first. And the double play because the Dragon Special is now choking. I think no, it is blue. It is blue to me. And then mine should be like yellow or blue, right? Oh, it's blue. I'm blue. That's fine. Ah, it's caught by Leo changes. Yeah, why is your profile picture still the Cobras? You can change it to the wrong fielders now. Into left. Yeah, that is true. I can expect a daily sup from Lasers. Full count. Smith makes the dive out. Throw to first in time for out number 2.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 21.
Well, Pandora, it was so long ago that it's back into relevancy. Because of Dogecoin. Top of the order are due up for the Ron Fielders here at the top of the 6th inning. Chris Cloverfield's going to lead things off. That one just gets through foul ball. Yes, also, I don't know. Oh, Pandora, you were the one who said that you're not seeing a bunch of offense right now. I will also point out that this game doesn't have a ton of realism to it at times. Like the fact that Minor Champs says, she right up there. The fact that Minor Champs hit a 2-run bomb.
The third baseman, number 2.
That's outside.
Anytime, lasers, anytime. This one into right. Kennedy is there for out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 10.
No, that's high.
Rim Bullock. To be fair, Minor Champs did hit that off of a Ryzen pitcher. But also, to be fair, that Ryzen pitcher had better stats than him total.
Now batting, the shortstop, number
Ace de Salsa.
No, that's low. No. Ball, that's up. That's ball 4.
And that'll be a walk for de Salsa.
now
Well, eventually, because this game does have to end at some point.
fielder,
And the pressure is mounting. Leela Burns, 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 walks.
D-Rod. D-Rod. No, that's high. Low.
2-2 count to Kennedy. Swing and a miss. He got rung up there.
now batting, the first
And I'll bring up Dan Kygrass.
19.
Leela Burns locked in.
That's low. Easy. That's up.
Duo popped up behind the plate. This one jacked into center, tracking back and making the catches. Carl Scott. A little bit dicey, but able to get there in time.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 44.
And this one right to the glove of McJenkins Jr. Throw to first in time for out number 3. Right into the top of the 7th inning. It's still a 0-0 game.
Now batting, the second baseman,
Leroy McJenkins Jr. is up.
Outside. That's low. D-Rod.
2-2 count. K-Man engaged. Popped up into center. Shallow enough. And just also will come in from short to make the grab.
batting, the designated hitter,
Brings up Boomer Lasers.
19.
No, that's inside. High. D-Rod. D-Rod. Foul.
2-2 fouled off. We'll do it again.
Ball, that's outside.
Full count. Popped up into center. And we will head to the 7th inning stretch. No, we will not. It's only the second out. Guys. Relax. Deep breath in. We still got another out here. Carl Scott's up. Who knows what can happen here? In fact, a single can happen here against an on-fire Del Velcio. I don't know what you guys were thinking. This inning was over. It wasn't.
The catcher, number 50.
Dandy Dixon.
D-Rod.
Right there, the high grass steps on the bag for out number 3. And now we'll head to the 7th inning stretch. want to thank you for tuning in. FISAC on the call. Make sure that you are following the official SSBL Twitch here. Maybe send us a sub our way. And then also make sure that you're part of the Discord. All the shenanigans that happen there. Okay, now look at Zarby. Look at him. Doesn't that not look like Zarby? I think I really nailed it.
Take your base.
I also made him. I think his personality is timid.
Number
That'll do it for Squash Pixel. Dale May is going to come in. In fact, I don't even know if Zarby is here right now. Is Zarby in the chat? Zarby, are you here in the chat? Are you lurking? I don't see him in the player, so I don't think he's watching. Which is a shame. He's missing. He's missing his debut. Mick Jenkins Jr. was held out for out number 1. Pendragon. Looks like the prediction poll was an even 50-50 split between the wrong fielders and stingers. And clearly we're seeing that right now with a 0-0 game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 out. 2-2 count to Pendragon. But Burns is starting to feel, or Blurns rather, starting to feel it. Carl Scott there to get out number 2. That'll bring up Nabil Pervez. Check swing. That one drops in there for a strike. Blurns heading to her 92nd pitch here. Still locked in. But quickly approaching Ryzen stats. Burn will take out for second, and that'll be a walk. Back to the top of the order, Bimamin Batley.
Number 21.
Popped up into right. And all the way from first to making the catch is Grim Bullock. We're heading to the 8th inning. Look at that score line. Look at that.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Oh my gosh, wait, hold on. Did everyone just see the catcher phase in and out there? The transparency. Pendragon at center, Meyer now at left. Behind the plate foul. Now it's going to get into right center, and the wrong fielder is going to lead this inning off with a dangerous double. Gonna head to third, fully to third, not in time. And that is a triple to lead things off here in the 8th inning, and we might just have a run scored, but unfortunately Highgrass is there to catch out number 1. Back to the top of the order, Chris Cloverfield. Infield is in. Top of the 8th inning, 0-0 score. Runner at third, 1 out. Burns gonna take the suicide squeeze! Oh no! But then they went back to third! Bailing Curtis went back to third! So it was all for naught! It wasn't even a suicide squeeze! It was like a second-degree manslaughter squeeze, if anything. And so now, with a runner on third and no outs, it becomes 2 outs with Jocinda Smith at the plate. And that gets up the middle! And the wrong fielders score the first run of the game. It's not a safety. Is it kind of like how like safe scissors are safety scissors? That's going to do for DiVecchio. Kyle Landry's going to come in. And that one is to Botley, throw to first in time for out number 3. But the wrong fielders, they score. It's now 1-0 heading to the bottom of the 8th inning.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 20.
Bailing Curtis and Chris Cloverfield already making impacts with the wrong fielders here. As that one's going to go right up the middle. And that might be Leela Blurn's last pitch of this game. Matthew Kennedy.
That's up. Ball, that's low. No, that's high.
3-1 count. That's in there for a strike, full count.
Take your base.
And that'll be a walk. So the first two runners are aboard.
Now batting.
Now I'll bring up Dank Highgrass and we'll see if Lerner stays in. No, that's going to be it. Bijou Real's going to come in. And maybe this is here where the Stingers come back. As that is now a Dank Highgrass no longer under the specialist trait. 1-2 popped into right. This will be deep enough for the runner to advance. And it will. So runners on the corners, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Well, he lost as in the specialist because Lila Blurns had the specialist trait. So he was now at full stats. Amaya just misses the third baseline.
Low. No. High.
2-2 count.
Ball outside.
This is outside, full count. But it's a double steal with the bunt, and it actually works.
Now batting.
They did a double steal on 1 out. And then Zarby jacks this into right, but that's going to be caught by Cloverfield for out number 3. That's the second long ball that Zarby has hit today.
Now batting. The second baseman. Number 7.
Yeah, that's the second. It was that same inning too, and this one is jacked. But it is going to be right before the
Now batting.
warning track.
Designated hitter. Number 19.
1 out, here's Lasers.
That's down.
But okay, you don't look at that ball. Look at the replay
He's out.
and the velocity of it.
Now batting.
The velocity of it looked like it was getting jacked. Okay, I stand by it, Whitney. This one's gonna be popped up. 1, 2, 3 go the long fielders, and the Stingers now have a chance to pull out the dub. Screw you, Whitney. Screw you, squared. Screw you, Aggie.
Number 24.
Screw all of you. And nice diving grab by Jacinda Smith as that ball was jacked right to her.
Number 12.
Pendragon
Ball. That's outside.
jacked right to McJenkins Jr.
Now batting.
for out number 2, and that'll bring up Nabil Perez.
23. Ball inside. That's low.
2-2 count. Swing and a miss. C gets swung up there. They don't tell us the exit velocity, Aggie. I saw the ball. It had a clean contact, and that thing looked like it was a rocket, and it was short of the warning track. We all fall short on a daily basis. I hate everyone here. I don't think you guys understand how much of a burning passion I have for hating all of you right now. You missed this? You miss bagging on me? Is this what I have to look forward to this entire season? It's just people bagging on me the entire season. Squared, shut up! That one goes off the glove. Bird will take out for a second. Runner now in scoring position for Bailing Curtis. Has a triple, has a single.
That's inside. Nope. That's high.
Yes, Curtis and Cloverfield came over for Rig Porter. And now there are runners on first and second. And here is Went Plaintiff.
24. Ball high.
Oh, beanball! Right to Plaintiff, and now the bases are loaded for Chris Cloverfield. 3 hours ago, not even, it might have been actually 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago, Chris Cloverfield was in the locker room for the Wildcats, getting ready to go to spring training. He gets on a flight, hops to Red Rock Park, and he puts the Ron Fielders up 3-1. Right to Botley for out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 10.
Squared, maybe if you didn't make fun of me saying jacked, I wouldn't have rigged it against you. 2 outs now, and here is Leroy McJenkins Jr. Yeah, thanks, Puppet. No, you know who hasn't made fun of me? Puppet hasn't made fun of me. That's my manager of the season. That one gets past the glove of Highgrass at first. Runners thought about coming home, but then realized it was Matt Kennedy. So the bases are loaded, 2 outs, and here is Boomer Lasers. 1 for 4. Make that 2 for 5 as 1 run will score, another one coming to the plate, and it's 5-1. The Ron Fielders have blown this one open.
The center fielder, number 49.
That's outside.
1-2 the count. 2-2 now. Runners on first and second. Landry is rattled. Swing and a miss. He gets run up there. We'll head to the bottom of the 10th inning. Top of the order for the Singers as they're now down by 4.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 21.
That's low.
Whitney, minor champs are better than the actual minor champs. This one is jacked though, heading deep to the track, to the wall, and it's out of here. A jacked ball, and this one does exit 434 feet. It's now a 5-2 game.
Shortstop, number 20.
This one on the left side, Jacinda Smith throw the first in time for out number 1.
Now batting, the right fielder, number
Oh my gosh, there is so much tea being spilt in the Twitch chat right now.
Outside. That's ball 4.
And that's a walk to Kennedy.
now batting.
No, I was on the record saying that the Cherry Bombers Spartans rivalry would bleed into the Epic as both teams tanked, and then both teams are looking to be the best in the Epic. I mean, Dragons Walkers comes to mind for a big rivalry. 2-2 to Highgrass here. He's tense. Full count, runner on first. This one is hit deep at the track, at the wall. It's out of here. And just like that, we are one swing away from a tie ball game. Notice how I didn't say jacked because I was worried that it wasn't jacked. Venus Shipley gonna come in. Only 1 out. But we are heading to the bottom of the Stingers lineup here. They need 1 more run to tie.
That's outside.
Full count, this one hit this foul. And this one into right, caught by Cloverfield for out number 2. And here is Zarby, one of the best players in the game. I mean, look at, how could you look at that player and not think that that is Zarby? He's had 2 balls hit to the warning track today. He hits this one into center and over 3, no longer 1 for 4 as he is aboard. And we are now one swing away from the Stingers winning the game. We are one swing away from the game ending. Which will it be? Quickly, 0-2 to Jefferson. Oh, check swing inside. Misses outside, 2-2 count. Misses low from 0-2 to 3-2. This is popped up into left center. Coming in from center and making the catch is Carl Scott. And the comeback comes up just short. There, take your points. Take your points. All right, can someone take screenshots for me? Because my computer sucks at taking screenshots. So I need this screenshot, and then I need the next two player screenshots. No, the print screen doesn't work, Puppet, because Discord has an 8 megabyte limit for images. And I also have a 2 monitor setup, and so it automatically grabs both monitors when I do the print screen. So if someone could send me screenshots, that would be delightful. Aha, Pandora's on the job. Look at all the subs for the Stingers as well. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Pandora, so much. I don't need this next one here. DeVecchio is going to be your first star, Bailey Curtis, and then Dink Highgrass. Well, don't go anywhere. We've got one more game. It's Lumberjacks and Serpents. You're watching the SSBL right here on Twitch. Dean, you're a big Sky, right?
just gotta know one thing. Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready? Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
Apologies, the files were all messed up. So, Dean, it's Queen Khan's pitching, right? Dean, is Queen Khan pitching? Okay, cool. I didn't know what on the bump meant. No, Elderberry didn't have the third base as his secondary, so I had to alter that. And then the Lumberjacks didn't indicate who they were sending up and sending down, so I had to completely go back into the file and add the players that they wanted in because they didn't indicate who they were sending up and sending down. So, anyways, last game of the evening. Thank you for tuning in, and again, apologies for all of that. Please, no worries, TDC. Just in the future, and like I posted in the team managers chat, guys, as that one's gonna be up the middle, leadoff single for the Jacks. As I posted in the team managers chat, when you are sending people up and down, it's crucially important that you indicate who is sending up and who you're sending down, because that's what we use in order to make all trades in order to make it happen. Otherwise, it takes forever to do, which is what happened here. Popped up into right. Luke Johnson for out number one. We'll probably
Now batting the catcher, number 34.
probably make a deadline of tomorrow morning, like at 9 a.m. Central, for anybody to make changes to their spring training roster. That way we don't have to get as delayed as we were tonight.
Now batting the first baseman,
Here is Tank Tygo. He's actually at first. First round draft pick at season 5. Runner's going to take out for a second. The throw is not in time. That one's beat out there. 2-1 count. 2-2. This one into left. That one's gonna get down. Runner's gonna come home. Karma Apple to throw, and it is what? Clip it. He gets lasered down.
the first baseman,
What an out! Someone clipped that. That was centimeters. Oh shoot. Let me do a prediction.
now batting the shortstop, number 7.
All right, you're only gonna have 1 minute. As soon as I open this, you only have 1 minute. Lumberjacks, Serpents. Here you go. You got 1 minute. You got 1 minute.
Now batting the left fielder, number 15.
Right to Phil Barco Jr. for out number 3. Right into the top of the second inning. You got 45 seconds to submit a prediction. Get your points in here. Get your points in here.
Fielder, number 5.
Use your rigged points. Use your rigged points here. Hey. Hey. Into center. And DeVar is there for out number 1. Flip Hecker, designated hitter. He looks like a steampunk with those glasses. They look like steampunk, like bifocals. This is also Big Sky. So, and like she was, if someone clips it, we can see how far away she was and like how deep the throw was.
Number 48.
And I also will say the runner didn't get a huge head start as well. Like the runner was just turning third when that throw was made. I was surprised that the runner was going. And then I thought he was going to be safe. And then he just got barely tagged out. Whoa, I never noticed those mountains in the back of Big Sky. Learning all sorts of things tonight. Yeah, and she has 42 arm, and she also got the out. Oh, a bad throw in the ground. Runner's going to be safe at first.
The right fielder, number 44.
Well, isn't the Rockies Park, as this one is in the dirt, Runner will advance a second, isn't the Rockies Park like a hitter's park as well? So like maybe listen, Big Sky is not Tiger Dead, but it does seem like the distance is smaller. As that's right to the glove of Henry for out number 3. Yo, listen, this is the file that you gave me, man. So, like,
Number 5.
Carmel Apple just gunned it, man. I don't know what to tell you. It wasn't that deep in the infield, and this one is absolutely jacked to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. 442 feet and pizza, pepperoni pizza. That's a Pazzagana here. Hey.
Number 97.
I don't know what that was, but that's what I'm doing from now on. Right to Daquan Smith for out number 1, 3-time ring getter.
Center fielder. Number 9.
He definitely sticks out on these Serpents with that fiery red hair. 2-1 count to Shellen DeVar. Up the middle, Barco Jr. throw to first in time for out number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman. Number 99.
Into right. And that's caught by DC for out number 3. Serpents get one on the board. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. Daquan Smith and then top of the order due up.
Now batting, the second baseman. Number 19.
I mean, it was a jacked ball too. It was really jacked. This one jacked to the wall, and it's out of here. A long bomb homer, and it's a tie, 1-1 game. I've gotten so used to
Number 1.
playing the home run song, but this is the first time that it was a visiting team that hit a home run tonight. This one into left. That one's going to hit off of the wall. Good read by Apple. The runner's going to second. Will it be in time? No. Lightning does not strike twice.
Now batting, the shortstop. Number
Here's the thing. Can Daquan Smith win a ring with the same team? Because he's won 3 rings, but he's won them on all different teams. Into right. Caught by Duketown. Runner thought about taking off for third, but thought better of it.
Now batting, the catcher. Number 34.
It is. I was thinking about the parity of the league, by the way. If you look at, I did actually want to briefly go into this. This is into left. Runner will go to third, and they have learned their lesson. He is not going home. That's what I'm saying. In left, if you look at left, it honestly is not that deep. And Apple was about like at least halfway, maybe shallower. That one will get through, and it's gonna be a 2-1 Lumberjacks lead.
Now batting,
Whitney, we get it. 42 arm.
number 5.
If you look at the history, so if you look at team records, aside from the Stingers and the Gauchos, who have abysmal win rate records, and by the way, the Gauchos is just like, it's only their second season and they went 1-13. They had a bad season and they tanked. And she rungs them up there.
Now batting,
You got the High Rollers and Lumberjacks with 67% winning percentages. High Rollers never won a Super Series. Moonshots at a 62% win percentage. They've never won a Super Series. This one jacked down the right field line to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. And the Jacks blow this one open. Mr. Steampunk himself, Flip Hecker, gets that one down.
number 48.
The Skulls have the tie for the 3rd best winning percentage, and they just won their first Super Series. The teams that have won their Super Series, the Wrong Fielders, have a 50% win rate all time. The Knights have a 55% win rate all time. He gets hung up there. Serpents have a 53% win rate all time. And all of this to say that there's a lot of parity in the league. And it's actually kind of nice that there are a wide variety of teams that every year can win it. That one is going to get through the side. DDC will wrap it up there.
Now batting, the catcher, number 24.
What's your win percentage without last season, Wit? Oh, jeez. I mean, let's see. You're 38 and 35 all time, so you would have been 36 and 23. By the way, this does not include postseason. That one's gonna get through the left side. Brothers on first and second. Nobody out now. So 36 to 23. So 36 divided by 59. You had a 61% win rate before last season. You now have a 52% win rate. Right to Barco Jr. Flip to second in time. Throw to first. Not going to be in time. Runners on the corners. One out, and here is Yeti Olsen.
The shortstop, number 7.
Right to Barco Jr. Throw to second in time. Throw to first. In time. The Serpents put runners on first and second with nobody out, and they get nothing from it.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 44.
Austin Flouston. Yeah, I remember he was so excited to get that pick. 5-1 Lumberjacks lead, top of the 4th inning. It's also interesting if you look at the, this is, by the way, is on the SSBL history, which is linked in the SSBL docs on our Discord. So if you're not part of the Discord, what are you doing? Oh, I didn't do the call out for last game. Oh no, I did do the call out for last game. Did I do the call out for last game, the 7th inning call out? I don't remember if I did or not. Regardless, follow us on Twitch, sub if you want to, join the Discord. One team you definitely don't want to look at in terms of postseason appearances is the ball players, as we have an incoming Dragon special here. Their very first season, they went to the Super Series. They missed on the postseason for 2 straight seasons, and then have not made it out of the wild card in the past 2 seasons that they've made it. And that includes last season, which was one of the most stacked rosters we've ever seen. A dive between 2 players, and none of them can catch it. Gonzalez gets down with a single. Let's the bottom of the 4th inning. Apple, Pizza, and Duketown due up. Of course, I mean, if I'm going to make fun of the ball players, Dragons made it to the semifinals of Season 1, Heroic Conference Finals of Season 2, didn't make it out of the wild card of Season 3, and have missed out on postseason the past 2 seasons. As long as I'm being fair. Knights also a team that has had a smooth descent into irrelevancy. They were champion Season 2, their first season. Into left, caught by Paul Reed for out number 1. They were Heroic Conference finalists in Season 3. They didn't make it out of the divisional in Season 4, and then they didn't make it out of the wild card last season. So if the trend continues, the Knights don't make it at all this season. Right to Barco Jr., throw to first in time for out number 2. Pull talk coming from a Dragons fan. Listen, I have been upfront about the fact that my team doesn't know how to succeed underneath me. By the way, I am still technically an assistant manager. I literally sent a DM to Mitch, as Barco Jr. vacuum gloves that. I literally sent a DM. I can actually look back at my DMs to Mitch. This is actually hilarious. The last time that Mitch responded to me was spring training of Season 5. So I said, I asked him if he wanted Sponge Cooper as one of the players for the jerseys back when we were going to be doing jerseys. And because he was Sponge, he's like, yeah, if you don't mind. And so I said, Awesome. Also, did you see that we won 25-3 in our spring training game against the Serpents? He never responded. I sent him another DM October 1st saying we swept the Walkers, Poggers, and 4-0 to start the season. No response. And then in December, I said, hey, how would you feel about becoming the owner and myself the hand manager? And I have gotten nothing back. So I have not received any word from Mitch since September, and I'm technically still an assistant manager. I made it to league office before I made it to manager of the Dragons.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 5.
Imagine if Mitch comes back and he's still like the head manager, and so he's like, no, you don't get to set lineups anymore. Yeah, I'm setting lineups for like the entire league through the tool. No, I am technically an assistant manager. I am technically an assistant. I'm not even a full manager. This one hit into center. DeVar's there for out in number 3. Lumberjacks threatened, don't get anything from it. We're into the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Well, no, that's the thing. He didn't even show up in spring training. Into right, caught by DDC.
Now batting, the third baseman, number
Dan just trolls up like, what the fuck have you done to my team? I made it good is what I did. Listen, we're not going to make postseason anytime that I am the assistant manager. Wait, what if that's the Dragons' curse? The reason why the Dragons will never make postseason is because I have never been fully made manager of the team. And that is thus why we will never make postseason. The team was in a sorry state. Listen, we may not make postseason because of the Dragons' curse, but at least I know that we have a solid team. We have a very good team. I know that. We're not going to make postseason because of Ryzen Chaos, but still, we're not going to make postseason because of the Dragons' curse, which I just now realized. No, Will Freishak is never leaving. I got him, and I'm never letting go. Or maybe I need to trade Sponge Cooper, because Mitch's player was Sponge Cooper. So the team will never be able to have any type of success as long as former management and the current manager is still a part of it. Yeah, that's the other thing. That Sponge got like 11%. Yeah, I'm not the manager, so I don't even know why I'm making any of these decisions. I'm not even the full manager of the Dragons. 1-2 count to DDC, and he gets rung up there.
now batting, the second baseman,
This is a fun meme.
19.
Thanks for the follow, Boxing Elephant. Boxing Elephant, I don't know if you are, as he gets rung up there. Daquan says the 3-time ring winner goes down. Boxing Elephant, I don't know if you're a part of the Discord, but join the Discord.
Now batting, the catcher,
It is where all the cool people are in the Discord. Also, I feel conflicted because I want to post in the lore now that the Dragons will never win as long as Mitch is still the in-namesake manager. If you want to make more lore, make more lore. That's something that like I feel like the league can really benefit from, is just more and more people just adding to the lore. Yeah, the other thing you got to realize about my news thing is I come from media relations, so I know how to write a press release. That's why it looked like as good as it did. Yeah, I'm not even... Fuck you. Dan, I hope I sweep you this season. It won't happen. We are always doomed to go 1-1 in the season. Hey, if there's one thing that the Dragons do well with me as assistant to the manager, is we have a winning record against the Walkers. We're 3-1 against the Walkers, and we swept them last season.
shortstop,
I don't know if Dan is Knights. I don't know if Pasta. Yeah, I don't see Pasta in here. But yeah, I would say Walker's Dragons might be one of the biggest. I know we were talking about rivalries earlier. Walker's Dragons is a pretty big rivalry. Serpents versus any team is a pretty big rivalry. Runners get caught in between and not going to check up on them in time. Again, in the dirt. Again, nothing happens. Full count, no outs. Yeti Olsen, runners on first and second. And Knights take there, loads the bases.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Caramel Apple
15.
with the bases loaded. One swing away from tying this game. The 42 arm has already gunned one down. Can she jack it here? Full count, nowhere to put her. Swings right off of the glove of Tank Tygo, and they're gonna be safe. 5-2, bases are still loaded, and here is Pizza. Pizza pops this one up into shallow rights. Probably not gonna be deep enough for the runner to tag, and in fact they won't. It was a bad throw, so one out.
Now batting, the right.
So Knights Lumberjacks are rivalry. What else are some of the good rivalries? I think Moonshots Retrievers is starting to become a pretty cool rivalry. I like the Gauchos to get into relevance again because Gauchos was fun to watch there for a season as he gets struck out there. Now it's Shalondavar, bases loaded. They have bases loaded, no outs. They've only gotten one run so far. Can they get another? Right at Strangelove, throw to first. The Serpents only get one. All right, so now that we're out of that high 10 situation, let's see. What else are some of the good rivalries?
Number 1.
Take a look at the standings. Take a look at divisions. Off of the glove. At third, runner's gonna head to second. Apple at the 42 arm. Doesn't get there in time.
Now batting, the
Runner on second, and here's Phil Barco Jr. I'd say potentially Vikings Lumberjacks. High Rollers Ball Players, I would also say, is a unique rivalry that I feel like is, even though they're not in the same division. Right back at RG's, throw the first in time. I also say Bombers High Rollers, honestly.
the first baseman, number 10.
Ball Players Serpents as well. The Presto Sports game. No, it needs to be called like the Athletic Communications Burnouts game or something like that. Sponsored by Presto Sports. It's actually funny. The lasers, I don't know if anyone else is going to understand this. My alma mater and where I worked at Florida Southern, they actually switched to Sidearm Sports as their web provider now. Cats Ball Players isn't much of a rivalry. I'd say potentially Cats Angels. I know the Angels are always on the brink of irrelevancy, but I'd give them that. Does Wigan work at Presto? Or Sidearm? Wigan, are you in the chat? I don't know if he's in the chat. Wigan, do you work at Presto or Sidearm? I think you might work at Presto. I know Presto is based out of Arizona. I don't know where Sidearm is based out of. 3-0 count here to Big McLarge Huge, the former Knight. Here's a walk there.
Now batting, the first
Here is Carol Henry.
number 44.
Runner's gonna take off and walked there. So runners on first and second. Here is Yeti Olsen.
Shortstop, number
2 outs.
7.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Oh, I missed my call out again. I'll have to do it at the top of the 8th. Olsen jacks this one to the right side, and it is just foul. 2-1. That one lined up the middle, and that's going to score 1. It's now 5-3, and the Serpents are 1 swing away from taking the lead.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 15.
Caramel Apple. Ooh, what did I do there? Whatever I did, there we go. That looks a lot better. To the left side, that one's foul. And that one's off the glove of Tank Tayo again. Runner thought about going and doesn't. Oh, I thought Runner maybe should have gone. Regardless, the bases are loaded for pizza. Pepperonis, sausage, bell peppers, pineapple, up the middle, and pizza ties the game. He's serving it hot and ready as it's a 5-5 game.
Fielder, number 97.
And that one's gonna get through. Will the runner go home? They will. Runner's also heading towards third. DDC throws, not in time, and the Serpents take a 6-5 lead.
Center fielder, number
DDC indicating that the Tank Tayo experiment at first base will end at game 1. That one's gonna get to the right side, and just like that, it is 7-5 Serpents. Yeah, what is Tank's fielding stat?
now batting, the third baseman, number 99.
Non-existent. Gramps Elderberry. I like whoever designed Gramps. I love that you made him look old. And gave him like old reading glasses. Swing and a miss. The old timer can't get past it, but the Serpents score 5. They have a 7-5 lead into the top of the 8th inning, and since I missed it at the 7th inning stretch, want to thank you all for tuning in. It's been a great. I love having everybody back in. Miranda Wall's gonna come in for Elderberry. It's great to see everyone back in the chat. FISAC here on the call for spring training day 1 of season 6. Square's gonna be on the call for you tomorrow, and then I'm back on Wednesday. Make sure that you are following the official SSBL Twitch. Maybe send us a sub if you're feeling spicy and want to boost your player. But regardless, join the Discord. If you're not a part of, if you are watching this stream right now and you aren't a part of the Discord, what are you doing with your life? Right back to Veranda Wall.
Now batting, the third baseman,
You're gonna miss the memes. Like after we finish this stream, I'm gonna post something in lore about minor champs, and you're gonna want to see what I post in lore about minor champs because it's gonna be spicy. Jose Strangelove, dribbler, Wall, go to first in time for out number 3. Led to the bottom of the 8th, 2-run lead for the Serpents.
now batting, the second baseman, now pitching, number
And now I'll do it for Ball. 1 out pitched, 5 hits, 5 runs. Not a great outing as this one is jacked. Heading back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Almost out of the park. And Morrison makes it a 3-run lead.
number 24.
Marcus Amore, thanks for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you're a part of the Discord as well. Do we have like a Discord like? That's gonna be a strikeout to Big Mythologies. Is there like I'm not following right now, so I can't tell. Elder redeeming a +4 to a created player. Make sure I note that here. Elter's done it 7 times tonight. There, by the way, there is a season limit. I think like the season limit is like 20 or something like that. It might be 30. We might have changed it to 30 times you can do it. I forget how many times you can do it. We'll need to add that Discord invite link. I'll have to figure out how to do it. But this one is also jacked, heading back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. 432 feet for Yeti Olsen. And this game is getting blown out of the water now. And this is the first time this season that we get to use the double digits. Look at this. Look at double digits. Look at that. Nice and centered. Look at that. Isn't it so nice? It's so nice. Oh no! He's dead! He's dead! Hold on. Did someone see his glove go up? He got knocked dead, and it was like, it was like a dead flinch. Extreme pain. Are there any injuries in spring training? I don't think there is. But that was brutal. That was brutal. His glove twitched. Oh, it won't affect anything? Extreme pain won't affect anything? Yeah, let's get an official ruling on that. And by the way, when this game ends, don't go away. I do need one person to send me the screenshots before I can figure out how to freaking print screen on my computer without getting both tabs. Popped up to the right side. Caught for out number 1.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 19.
And he strikes him out there. Down to their last out here in day 1. Speedy Gonzalez locked in. He's been a highlight of the Jacks so far. Olsen, the throw to first in time. And that'll do it for day 1. The Serpents get the comeback win. They were down 5-1. And they did what the Stingers couldn't do when they were down 5-1, and that's actually win the game. So get ready to send me these. All right, so we got this one, 10-5. First epic win. Yeah, that is interesting. Pandora's got it. Awesome. Here's the next one. Pandora is freaking on it. And that's gonna do it for today. Hard Cheese gets the win. Strongman the save. Lucio Ball gets the loss. Your players of the game: Yeti Olsen, Pizza, and Flip Hecker. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. It is so nice to have baseball back. We're gonna be right back at it tomorrow. Day 2. As let's see, what do we have on the docket tomorrow? Tomorrow, you get to watch. Square's going to be on the call, 8 p.m. Central tomorrow. Or rather, yes, 8 p.m. Central tomorrow. We've got Knights at High Rollers, Bombers at Overdrafts, Dragons at Wildcats, and Unicorns at Gauchos. And I'm going to be back with you on Wednesday. We've got another free agency game. Last chance to look at these players before the second free agency window opens. Walkers at Skulls, Cyclones at Moonshots, Ball Players at Retrievers. Should be a banger day. It's been a banger cast so far. Thank you all for watching with me. For everyone here at the SSBL, I'm Thisack. We'll see you next time. Keep on rigging, everybody.